Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to do a little video cleaning off some of the weathering off of this chrome Armour Hot Toys Mando figure on 6 scale. Now, the weathering on my one isn't too heavy, especially on the helmet. I've noticed in other people's reviews it's quite intense, but on mine it's not too bad, and I don't mind a little bit of weathering on Mando. You know, with everything he goes through in each episode, it makes sense that there'd be a little bit of weathering on his armour. So I'm not sure how far I'm going to go with it, but I will basically test it on the back plate that is underneath his cape, on his back obviously, and that is that part there. Now you can see the black kind of speckle effect. I'm basically going to test out the technique here on the back plate and see how I feel, and then yeah, we'll just see how we go. I mean, this may very well be a part 1 part 2 video situation, but this is the stuff I have been advised to use by OT Customs on Instagram. It's called Cape Cod metal polishing cloth, and I would advise you stick to what I'm showing you here as far as this actual item goes. As far as the kind of cotton cloth for polishing afterwards, I just got, you know, the best thing I could find on Amazon. Let me see exactly what it says here on the back of that. Turn down the brightness so you can see. Pro size silver PR watches and coins. I mean, that might help you, hopefully, but as long as you use this stuff to do the main cleaning, I think you'll be okay. So I'm going to set up the camera here on a tripod pointing down at me while I'm working, and hopefully you'll be able to see everything. And wear some gloves as well. I've got some gloves like this. I'm not too sure how good it is for your skin to come into contact with this product, so OT Customs was wearing gloves when he was doing it, so I'm going to follow suit and do what he did. I've also been advised not to clean this section of armour on his leg here. My buddy got in touch with me and said probably don't clean that because it actually is accurate to the show. But like I said, I'm just going to practice on the back plate and see how that turns out. So drop a like on this video, that's important. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, that's also important, because there are no videos on YouTube at the moment showing you how to do this, and I know it's something that people want to see. I went looking for videos on this subject myself, couldn't find anything other than OT Customs short little clip on Instagram. Alright, I hope this helps. I'm going to get started now. Alright, so let's just make sure you can see everything. I'm looking at the screen there, it seems like everything is in view. I hope it's bright enough. So let's open up the Cape Cod polishing cloths, and let's get this happening. Right, we have, oh, it's quite smelly. Definitely has a whiff to it. I also saw possibly OT Customs or someone else said to cut these into smaller little squares to work with. Let me go ahead and put on these gloves. Protective gloves. So in other Mandalorian related news, not really news, but just let you know what's going on with me, I am trying to resist buying the Bo-Katan Hot Toys figure after episode 2 of season 3 of Mandalorian. She never really was on my radar before, but now after that episode where she you know, guided him through the Mandalorian, right, anyway, trying to resist getting Bo-Katan, so I need a scissors, so I probably will cut a smaller section here. Let's see. But yeah, give me strength in the comments, folks. Give me reasons why I don't need Bo-Katan. Plus, if I go down that road, then I think I'm gonna basically just cut, see how the folds here, I'm just going to cut one of these sections and just use that rather than the whole big thing. So I'm going to cut me a piece of material here. I mean, I'm doing the back plate as my first piece, so if it does turn out weird and I don't like it, then no one's ever going to see it, you know. So here we go. Here is the back plate, and I'm going to start rubbing this Cape Cod stuff on here and see what happens. How easy is it to remove? So far, I'm looking as I'm doing it. Is anything coming away? Circular motions, let's try that. Putting a bit more elbow grease into it. Yeah, slightly coming away. The more sparse, kind of lesser speckled bits are sort of coming away there. Yeah, it's definitely working. I would definitely recommend the gloves as well, folks. You don't want your big fingerprints kind of getting all over this. Yeah, it's doing its thing. It's coming away. It's easy enough, folks. You know, I mean, OT made it look very easy in his short video on Instagram. I messaged him and just wanted to make absolutely sure I was using the right stuff, and he sent him a screenshot of this Cape Cod stuff that I found on Amazon, and he said that's the one to use. So that's what I'm doing. And yeah, in the more kind of in the corners, like where it kind of builds up here, that's getting a bit, it's harder to remove that. I'm using a fair bit of elbow grease, pressing down as I'm rubbing, and I don't know if you can see, but you get I don't know if you can make that out, but the residue from the Cape Cod stuff, it does build up on here, so I guess that's why you need these to polish it away afterwards. So I mean, I can always edit this video down while I'm just sitting here waffling on doing this stuff. See, I've also got the Trick or Treat Studios Halloween Kills Michael Myers figure coming, which I'm going to be doing a fair bit of work on that. Shout out to Bree Toons for doing some awesome work on his Halloween Kills figure. He's repainted the head, which I'm going to do as well, and weathering up the coveralls, all that stuff. Yeah, it's definitely quite difficult to remove in places. And like I say, the more built up areas, they're a bit harder to shift. But we're okay, because like I said, it's the back plate. No one's ever going to see it. It's kind of hard to tell with the residue building up as I'm rubbing away here. It's kind of hard to see what effect it's having. But it is working. It's definitely working. You just got to go at it a little bit. It's going to be probably trickier with stuff like the gauntlets, with all the little little details. And also, as I'm rubbing, this kind of like silvery grey colour is coming off onto the Cape Cod cloth. So yeah, it's obviously working because it's coming off onto the cloth. So that's it. Like I said, I'm really quite happy with the way mine looks stock, but I did go looking for a video on this, couldn't find one, so I figured, you know, get a video out there, help some people. And if you want to do it, then this is how. Yeah, it's definitely doing its thing. So I'm going to try, now that I've got the bulk of the black kind of speckles away now, they're not on here anymore. There's a couple of little places where it's still there, the edges. There we go. Yeah, the harder you press, the less you have to rub, really. That's pretty much gotten rid of all of that. So now I'm going to polish it with the dry cotton cloths. Very smooth, smooth surface to those. So yeah, that is looking much cleaner. It's just covered in residue. So let's see. Let's see. Alright, so with all the residue still on there, I'm not sure how well that's picking it up for you, but I can always zoom in. Let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. And maybe I should turn up the brightness. I can always do that afterwards in post, I guess. But yeah, now you can see that kind of residue I've got on here. So now I'm going to polish it with one of these. And then, to be honest with you folks, because like I say, I'm quite happy with the weathering on my one. I probably won't do the helmet and stuff like that right now. At least you guys have seen now how it's done. And now I'm going to use this to polish the surface here. Oh wow, yeah, already, instantly, that's like very effective. I haven't got any scratches or any markings from what I've done. Perfectly clean and smooth, and yes, this definitely works. It's very easy to do, folks. Very easy. You can see now that is pretty much pristine. Looking really fresh. So if you do want that kind of, I mean, I always kind of think of that episode 5, was it, of Boba Fett, where suddenly Mandalorian just comes out from behind those plastic kind of curtains in the slaughterhouse where all those dog people were, and he looks super chromy, super chrome. If you want that look, then that is definitely achievable. So yeah, there you go. That is absolutely clean as a whistle now. There's no speckles, nothing. So, I mean, I think this gets the point across for the video, folks. I mean, obviously you just do the same thing to the gauntlets, the chest plate, the helmet, the shoulder armor. It's the same thing. Obviously there's a lot more kind of recesses and crevices and lines to work around on those other pieces. But definitely test it out first on the back plate. It's all Velcro, it's all attached by Velcro, same as it's always been with Mando, and it works very easy. This is very easy to do. I'm just going to go handheld for a minute so I can show you the difference. So this is the chest plate that I haven't done anything to yet, and you can see definitely the weathering, the black speckle effect, pretty prominent in places. And then over to the back plate, which I have cleaned. Probably still need to give that a bit more of a polishing with the cotton cloth. As you can see, it doesn't have any of the speckling, weathering on there anymore, but it looks like I do need to go over it a bit more and wipe it. It definitely works, folks. Definitely makes a big difference. So I'm going to leave it at that for now, because like I said, I don't want to rush in to doing everything. Like my jetpack here, it's not too bad, doesn't really have much weathering on it, still looks super chromy and nice. So, and like I said, the helmet on my one isn't too bad when it comes to the weathering, and I don't mind, because in the show there's definitely some weathering here and there in places. I did think about removing the wire from this cape, because I'm not a big fan of wired capes, to be honest. I managed to detach the cape, but it is actually sewn in place right here at the top of his chest. There's like a little section of the cape that's kind of sewn in there, so it doesn't completely come away from the body, but you can undo it and kind of just work around it that way. So yeah, I'm still debating on whether to go any further with that, because it's early days in me getting this figure and there's still a lot of poses I want to show you guys, and having a wired cape would certainly be handy for that, but long-term display I would definitely prefer to have a drape cape. I'm looking at the helmet thinking, should I do any more? It's not bad, it doesn't really need it. I'm not sure. I'm going to call it a day for this video, folks, and I can always do a part 2 and we'll come back and finish it off, but at least you guys have seen now what you need to use, how you do it, and the results. The one I'm wiggling now is the clean back plate, and this one here is the chest plate, which I have not done anything to yet. There is definitely a difference. So this is the one I've cleaned, and it has been very effective and worked very well, and it was nice and easy to do. So there you go, folks. I'll be back with you possibly for a part 2 on this if I decide to go any further. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do drop a like on the video, it'll help more people find this video. It's important, folks. Hit that like button and subscribe as well, because according to the analytics only about 30% of you are subscribed, so go ahead and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Dean9333, and I'll be back with you soon with more videos. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Take it easy. Bye bye.